Hello everyone, this is Sunil Vaisnava. Welcome back to the Listen to Sunil Vaisnava podcast. Before we start, I would like to thank you for the love you showered for my first episode and please keep supporting me. On that note, let's start today's episode. In one of my books, I criticized arranged marriages. I mentioned that arranged marriages are like business transactions. I'm not talking about dowry here. In arranged marriages, men are judged based on their job, salary, and bank balance. Women are judged based on their appearance. If men don't have a good job or a salary, their value decreases. If women are not beautiful enough, their value decreases. I didn't consciously criticize the arranged marriages. I was comparing arranged marriages to something else in the book and I ended up criticizing them. One of my friends pointed this out and called it a harsh reality. So I've decided to talk about arranged marriages in this episode. Before I start, I wanted to clarify one thing. Just because I'm criticizing arranged marriages doesn't mean love marriages are great. We have seen successful arranged marriages and failed love marriages and vice versa. So it all depends on the people in the relationship. If that's clear, let's start. We have different expectations from men and women in marriage. We have certain checklists for men and we have certain checklists for women. We expect them to meet all the checklists. So what are the expectations of men then? Men should have a good jobs and job security is also important. He should have a great salary and a big bank balance. I'm not telling that women don't want their husbands to be good looking. Of course, they want their husbands to be good looking, but they are less concerned about their looks. Their primary concerns are always job, salary, and bank balance. If he meets all the expectations, then they go for looks. Just imagine someone has a good job, is earning pretty well every month. He has a lot of chances of getting married. Someone is extremely handsome, but he has no job. He has pure chances of getting married. So, what are the expectations of women then? I think nothing except her looks. And also, they expect her to know domestic work. She might have a great job, she might be earning well, but people are least bothered about it. They are not worried about her career because it's a secondary option. The primary expectation is always her appearance. And also, they expect her to know domestic work. Why do we have different expectations from men and women in marriage? Because men are always considered providers in the relationship. His masculinity depends on that. Women are become dependent, so her career is less concerned. This is how gender roles exist. I always wonder, why should I have any kind of special obligation to provide just because I happen to be a man? Why should a woman have any kind of special obligations to depend on me just because she happens to be a woman? A few months ago, a post on the matrimonial website went viral. A girl in that post was earning 7 lakhs per annum and she was expecting a guy who is earning 1 crore per annum. Someone took a screenshot of it and put it on Facebook and Instagram. This post became viral. Everyone started trolling her. I went into Facebook and Instagram and checked what they're trolling about. Most of them were questioning about gender equality. They were calling her pseudo-feminist. If gender equality is concerned, yes, she shouldn't be expecting that. I believe in gender equality, but I'm not with the people who are trolling her. I'll explain why. The average age for a woman to get married in an arranged marriage is between 23 to 26. The average age for a man to get married in an arranged marriage is between 28 to 32. So we complete our graduation at the age of 21 or 22. If someone's doing a master's, they complete their education by the age of 23 or 24. So at the age of 23, most of us start our careers. It will take at least a year to establish our career. If a girl is marrying someone at the age of 25, she would be starting her career at that age. She would be in pursuit of establishing her career. How do you expect her to be earning more money? If she is not rich, she wouldn't be having a big bank balance too. On the other hand, if a guy marries someone at the age of 30, he would be well established in his career. He would be earning well. There is a chance that he would be settled in life too. It is obvious that he would be earning more money than his wife. Some of you might ask, why can't a girl wait until she establishes her career and then get married? She could do that. Unfortunately, this is not how arranged marriages work in India. If you're a girl, you're unmarried and you're over 25 years of age, most of the topic you have with your parents is about marriage. If you're a boy, you're unmarried and you're over 30 years of age, most of the topic you have with your parents is about marriage. Marriages in India are not someone's choice or preference. It is a social norm. We have a certain age for a woman, we have a certain age for a man. If you're at that age, it's your obligation to get married. Nobody cares whether you like it or not. If you're over that age and you're still not married, the only thing your parents or your relatives or your friends is talk about is your marriage. At the beginning of this podcast, I mentioned that women's career are not important in marriages. You can see that no parents would wait for their daughter to settle in her career or life because they see her as a dependent in the relationship. I could assure you that no parents would consciously think of their daughters as a burden, but always in a hurry to marry off their daughters. So most women get married before the age of 26. Let's talk about some of the brutal realities of arranged marriages. We have considered body shaming and fat shaming as harassment, but we have normalized this harassment in arranged marriages. We reject people for being obese or having dark complexion. Men are discriminated against for being shorter than the girl or having a male pattern baldness. And the most problematic part of arranged marriages is the obsession with fair skin. People wanted their partners to be fair skinned. Go to any matrimonial websites and check. You'll find that most people looking for a fair skinned partner. We invite someone to our house, we let them judge us, we try to change ourselves based on the comments passed by a stranger. If someone called us fat, we try to put on weight. Not because we are health conscious, just because we have to look presentable for the marriage. If someone has a dark complexion, they try to hide their color behind makeup. I found this whole process absurd. I never understand how people come to conclusion that someone is eligible for marriage based on their appearance. In arranged marriages, people never bothered about compatibility. They never think that whether they are good for each other or not. They are more worried about appearance, job, money, and social status. That is what I criticize. You might ask me that people do that in love marriage as well. I agree, it might happen. People can do that too. We often see people falling with someone for their money or social status. But in love marriages, you'll get a chance to judge whether your partner is good for you or not. You can't do that in arranged marriages. In arranged marriages, it always depends on appearance, job, money, and social status. Before I end this podcast, I want to clarify one thing. I'm not here to tell you which marriage you should choose. As I said earlier, we have seen successful arranged marriages and failed love marriages and vice versa. It always depends on people in the relationship. I'm trying to point out stereotypes we have been following for decades. That's it for today. If you like this episode, please share it with your friends. I would like to remind you that my latest book, The Forgotten Day, is available on Amazon, Flipkart, and Kindle. Please do check it out. Thank you and have a great day.